Howdy. This video is going to be about how society is fucked up and why I feel that it's really important to follow your true self or follow your more, follow that that actual thought that's in your head. And one of the reasons why I say that is because I feel like earlier in life when I was, just starting college, you know, it was, even back in high school, being younger, at the time, I was very scared to, stand out. I wasn't the biggest person in, my class. I was always like the smallest and the youngest. That's why I kind of look young now to many people. But I feel that um, being able to have the confidence actually plays a huge role in in my life or in everybody's lives. Looking for jobs or making friends or getting questions that you want answered. Confidence is key. Um, but I do feel that growing up, I would have made the effort of talking to some of the women that I actually thought were attractive, but they were either taller than me or they're much bigger than me, and that becomes some of the biggest problems that were raised in my life that I wouldn't talk to. I would always try to talk to the girl that would be the girl that people would expect me to talk to, you know. Um, but it wasn't until I got older, I would say 26, 27 years old, after college, my first degree, I went ahead and went to college. I went back to school again, but, you know, I was able to actually live out in the real world and could see that whatever I was doing was it. Um, it was something else. It was crazy. Um, I think that I was actually more confident enough to actually talk to my first, I guess, bigger, plus size women. I hate that word. I don't know. I don't like that phrase, plus size. I mean, like it feels like you would call it fat girls, thick girls, chubby girls, but I feel like it's more important to have like something that's I guess I'm gonna start with the curvaceous, because I heard that's kind of like what some of the videos I'm not gonna say the name, but like some of the YouTube videos I follow. If you follow this channel, I like their videos when it comes down to trying to find a proper way that most women accept. You know, but being able to have that confidence, you realize out of your mind that there's really isn't anything different between the talking to one girl over another. That's one of the reasons why I feel like it was very messed up. But if you were able to have the pleasure of being able to be with a larger woman, even if she doesn't have to necessarily be, heavier. She can just be really tall. I can see that is something sexy about her. You know, some some people would be a little bit embarrassed, as a guy to be with a girl who's bigger than you. Yeah, because the media does it. Movies will come out, and they would always put the woman in the bad light. Very similar how they would probably put like the black man in the bad light. Very it's not like if you're in the '90s or in the early 2000s, you would notice a lot of movies, probably even now still, but I think it's kind of triggering off. But you would see a lot of the black guys would come in the movie and they'll die off. They wouldn't last in the beginning, or they will only play certain roles, and I would become hypnotized or brainwashed to believing that you couldn't have what you want, so you would just settle for whatever is going on. So that's one of the things um, that I believe that that's one of the things that I believe um, in. I believe that in order for you to really do your best work in society, that you have to have Like you have to have like something that you stand up for. Some people can stand up if they actually, for people who resemble what society expects for them, it's easy for those people to play out their roles because they're playing out the roles that they enjoy playing out because they get the respect they want. But if you're somebody like me, or even like a woman that is, not to say it doesn't fit the role, she doesn't even need to even, sometimes she doesn't even need to be like, very big, in certain standards. She can live in another part of the world, like in parts of Asia. If a girl is, you know, you know, just just slightly heavier than the normal girls out there, she's like shamed into like losing weight. Everybody's trying to stay thin. Everybody can't do that. And I found out there's great benefits. And I want to talk about that in another video. I might even write that down right now. The benefits, of being plus size woman. So the idea about it is that I don't want to go too on. I don't want to go off too far with it. I'm gonna try to keep these really short, but you know, if there's any questions that you want me to kind of feel free to bring out inside the comments. I'll try to talk based off what my audience wants. Otherwise, I'm just gonna just come out with random things every now and then. But when I finally got old enough, going back to that conversation, I was able to go ahead and meet this girl who I really that was my first time to actually be with a girl. Talking to her was great, but like being with her, holding her, cuddling with her, even eventually sleeping with her was a whole different thing. And that's what turned me on to being like, oh wow, I want more of this. um One of the reasons why I didn't actually like panned out the way I wanted it to be, was mainly a lot her psychological mindset of what she was expected to be. She didn't really like her body at the time, and she would always try to like wear very baggy clothes. And when we actually were working together, but we wasn't working closely together. I think she transferred. She ended up working in the same organization I was in, but we weren't like working immediately around each other. So when I did meet her, we got a chance to kind of like talk, and it was comfortable to talk to her because she actually knew someone else I knew, and I knew that guy very, very personally. So we were friends in high school. So like it was like, oh, he's a mutual friend, cool. But so that made it really easy for me to talk to her. But I really, after that moment, I was like, it was something about, it wasn't just her body, it was also her attitude in general, was a little bit more, I don't want to say the word bubbly, but was very colorful. And I think that was also the extra piece to my relationship with her at the time to make things work very, very well, because I I realized that it wasn't until you had something to compare with it before that, after me comparing it again, that's when I noticed that it was best for me to continue to, to explore, being with women like that, you know. Um, but I definitely feel like because of our society, it's very difficult to, you know, it's very difficult for us to, I guess, explore these things because we're so afraid of like stepping out of our comfort zones, um, myself included. That's why like this video here is like, I'm trying to make sure that it reaches someone that understands that, So I'm not gonna really go too much with it, in that little fashion. I don't want to go too much into it. I want to end it right now. I'm hoping to come up with more videos like this. I hope to stop rambling, and I hope to, to find out, answer some of your questions. I might even, maybe have like a podcast, where I talk about this and more extensively. But for right now, this is all I'm gonna do for right now. So thanks a lot, and I hope to hear you guys in the next video. So tune in.